Hello fellow water types, my name is VideoJames. We're going to be looking at how to use Suicune. Now Suicune actually is my favorite of the legendary dogs, not only because it's awesome looking in its regular form, but its shiny also looks amazing, and it's got a lot of versatility. So when we look at Suicune, we see pure water type, meaning probably going to be tanky, and then we see the abilities. We got pressure and inner focus. That inner focus can't really let you flinch, so say I get hit with a fake out from Mega Medicham. Okay, that's fine, but, how about the Scald to lower your attack? Thanks very much. And then Pressure just lowers your opponent's PP by 2 for every move they use. So my opponent tries to use a Flamethrower on me, now they've used 2 Flamethrowers. Then we look at the weaknesses, we see we actually get the resistance to Fire, Water, Steel. We actually get the resistance to Steel. And I believe we also get a resistance to Ice. However, we are going to be weak to Electric and Ground. Electric and Grass. Which is actually going to be a big problem for stuff like Superior, which is actually starting to get common again, which I'm glad. I'm glad Superior is finally showing up again. I might do a how to use on him next week. And then looking at Suicune's stats, we see it's actually a base 580, so we got 100 in the HP, 75 in the attack, 90 in the special attack, 85 in the speed, and then 115 in both defenses. So right away, that's really good. That's a tanky dog right there. That's a tanky doggo boy. And not only that, but we see we also got a bit of speed behind us as well. That with 85 speed, we're going to be on par with a lot of the other tanks. Like Hippowdon, definitely going to be on par with Hippowdon. Tyranitar, definitely going to be on par with Tyranitar. And we're basically just going to be able to catch up to a lot of stuff. However, stuff with like the 100 base HP speed, like Charizard and stuff with over 100 base, like Jolteon and Tapu Koko, are still going to be major concerns for us. However, with our special defense and defense being as high as they are, and having 100 in the HP, that's nothing to sneeze at. We could be extremely tanky. And moving on over into Throwdown, we see the first set is actually a Choice Scarf Suicune set. Now, I'm surprised no one did a Choice Scarf Suicune. I mean, I can see why, because it wouldn't really be that useful. You'd only really get like 1 or 2 great uses out of it, but it's still fairly useful. So when we look at this set, we see we got the Choice Scarf. Of course, it's a Choice Scarf Suicune. We gotta have a Choice Scarf somehow. We have Scald, Ice Beam, Air Slash, and Tailwind, one of Suicune's best moves, with the maxed out special attack and speed with the Modest Nature. Now, the idea behind this set is basically sweet. That's the idea behind every Scarf set, every Spec set, every Band set. It's basically just the idea behind every Choice item set, and every Assault Vest set. So we see we have the Choice Scarf to give us that extra boosted speed, meaning we are going to be getting into the 400s, not really into the 410s. We're going to be only at about, I'd say, it would depend on what you land on, whether it decides to boost you by 135 or 134, but you might go up to, say, something like, I don't know, 404, I believe, would be the top one. And really, with a lot of Pokemon, that's going to be a problem, but with Suicune, it's not really that big a deal, because we've got massive defenses. I mean, we're going to be able to take a decent hit that we resist, and we do have decent enough special attack and speed to where we're going to be fast and doing damage as well. And we have Scald there just because pure water typing, we're going to get that stab, plus Scald with that chance to burn can make us even more tanky. We've got the Ice Beam there just to counter our ground and grass types, that a lot of times ground types aren't really going to be weak to just pure water types. So we do kind of want to have Ice Beam to kind of counter stuff like that, as well as flying types. That flying types aren't really going to be that bothered by water, so we are going to want an Ice Beam. And it also helps to counter dragons, that dragons are actually going to be not taking too much damage from a water type attack. Now we have Air Slash there just for countering fighting types. That Air Slash, good base power, chance to flinch, I like it, it's a good move, especially good on a Togekiss. And then we have Tailwind. Now, let me explain Tailwind. Tailwind is a move that for 4 turns, or 5, I forget how long, I think it's 4 usually, but for 4 turns, Tailwind will double the speed of your entire team. Let me repeat that, entire team. So, let's say, I don't know, we have maybe a Choice Specs Raichu, and we have a Choice Scarf Suicune. So, what we could basically do is just say, okay, I'm gonna Scarf this Suicune, and then when this gets just low enough on health, I'm a Tailwind, and then I'm going to swap into my Raikou, and you're not going to be able to outspeed worth a crap. Because with Tailwind, Raikou's base speed is going to be getting doubled, meaning this thing's going to be hitting in the 722s, meaning absolute brokenness. That with 722 speed, you're not getting outsped by anything unless they have speed boosts added to them, and even if they're choice scarfed, you're still not going to be getting outsped. They would have to have at least 2 speed boosts plus a baton pass to be able to outspeed something with that high speed. And with the high special attack being in the 329s, getting that boost from the choice specs, and having just the overall power of every move in its arsenal, a tailwinded Raikou is nothing to sneeze at. You will actually get obliterated if a Suicune sets up Tailwind, and then immediately swaps into a Raikou. And then this next set we see is actually an Assault Vest Suicune set. Now, this one I put a little bit of a spin on because of the current meta. Hear me out, you'll know what it is in a minute. But the way I said run this set is basically, I gave it the Assault Vest, I gave it Scald, Ice Beam, HP Ground, and the Toxic, with the maxed out special attack and speed with the Timid Nature and 4 EVs thrown in the special defense. Now, the reason I'm running Toxic is because of Knockoff. So if you don't know, Knockoff is a very popular move amongst almost every player, where it is a Dark type move with 60 base power, I believe is the power of Knockoff, which will allow you to effectively knock off your opponent's item. So say I had Knockoff on a Mega Beedrill, because Mega Beedrill can get knockoff, and I used it on a Suicune with an Assault Vest. I used the knockoff, the Assault Vest is effectively gone. Now, with the Assault Vest gone, we won't be locked, because what the Assault Vest does is it actually locks you into only using attacking moves. So with our move pool having one non-attacking move, basically if we see something running knockoff, or if something tries to knock us off, then we can just say, okay, thank you. Now I have a wider move pool, and I can hit you with Toxic. Now, you could also swap it out for, say, Tailwind, or Rest. Assault Vest is basically on here just because of the knockoff factor. Or, did I say about Assault Vest? Toxic is on here basically because of the knockoff factor. And then with the rest of the move pool, we see we have Scald, again, Water type attack with Burn, Ice Beam, Ice type attack, counter our weaknesses, Hidden Power Ground, counter to electrics, which we sorely need. You could also run it on the Choice Scarf set. I forgot to put it on there, and I forgot it actually got access to it, but I didn't really think of it at the time. So you could run Hidden Power Ground on basically any Suicune set. And then Toxic just for slowly wearing down our opponent if we can poison them. And with our maxed out special attack and speed, we are going to be getting very damaging. That with our Assault Vest boost, bringing our defense up into the 420s, we're going to be doing a decent bit of damage and taking a good couple of hits. Because with our defense being as high as it is, we're going to have a decent bit of resist in there, and since most of the physical attacks that we're going to have to worry about aren't really going to touch us, or aren't really going to damage us with our defense, then with our special defense, we also don't have anything to worry about. Because then all the special attacks that we're going to have to worry about are going to be lessened. That with that kind of defense and special defense, we're not really going to have to worry about that much. Suicune set is actually a substitute protect set. So basically, we've got the leftovers with pressure. Again, I don't really ever run Inner Focus. You could run it on the Choice Scarf set, but I really never run it that often. We got substitute, Toxic, Protect, and Scald with the maxed out HP and speed with the Timid Nature. Basically, the idea is we're more of a wall-ish Suicune. That we know we're not going to be getting outspeeding anything that we see. So, stuff like Raikou, we're not going to outspeed it. Superior, we're not going to outspeed it. Raichu, we're not going to outspeed it. Zekrom, we're not going to outspeed it. Torterra, we'll outspeed it, but we're still going to take a massive hit. So, basically, the idea with this Suicune set is we want to be faster than everything that we can be faster than. So, the idea with this one is basically we have Substitute to get us that free shield for one turn. That we send in the Suicune, we get a free turn against something like, a Smeargle. And we get that free substitute, our opponent tries to set off a Spore, doesn't work, they swap into a Ferrothorn, and we're still safe because substitute isn't going to get the Leech Seed on it, and we're still going to be safe from basically all of the Ferrothorn's attacks, because Steel isn't going to hurt a Water type that much, and its Grass type moves aren't really that great. Then we have Toxic there, again, Toxic, great move just for slowing down your opponent's health. That Toxic is a very scum move, that it just slowly lowers the health more and more. We got Protect, just to give us that free turn of heal if we need it. And then we have Scald just for that pure stab water damage. You're basically running it like a Ferrothorn, that you're basically trying to set up your wall or set up your traps. You're just trying to get that thing up that you need to, that whether it be a Reflect or a Substitute or a Leech Seed, you're basically just trying to get your defenses up, set it up, and then you get the Toxic off so you have something to distract your opponent, and then you throw out maybe 1 or 2 Protects, try and get your health back. Yes, 2 Protects can actually work. I've done it before, actually, a couple times. So double Protect is actually a thing. And then we just hammer our opponent with a water type attack. That, with our special attack, we're still going to have a decent amount of damage. So we can just go, okay, water, 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 water. You're going to go die. And then the final set is actually a Rest Sleep Talk set. I know, we all never saw this coming. We never saw a Rest Sleep Talk set coming in a Pokemon thing. So basically with this set, we got same item, we got almost same moveset, except this time we've got Sleep Talk and Rest instead of Protect and Toxic. And then we have the maxed out HP and the 160 in the defense with the bold nature and the 96 in the speed. So basically with this set, we're only having a little bit of investment in our speed, but we're having just enough to where we're going to be outspeeding stuff that we don't want to fight. So basically with this set, we've got the higher defense, so we get that 336 in the defense. We've got the 404 in the HP. We're actually going to be doing a decent bit of tankage against anything that tries to hit us with a physical move, like Zerora. No, it's not released yet. And then we set up a couple Calm Minds in those first few turns while they're trying to take us down. And then we're just raising our health up and up. And then what we do is we just rest. That we rest and we heal our health completely. And then we can use Sleep Talk to either A, get a Calm Mind and just get ourselves a buff even more. B, use Scald and just attack them. Or C, get a rest and completely fail. And then we have Scald, just for that pure triple threat water type attack. That basically with Scald, we got the burn, so we're going to say, okay, your attack's going to go down. You're not really going to be doing that much damage to us on the way to defense. And with our defensive buffs, we're going to be taking any special hit you throw at us. And then we just go for more rests, we get more heals, we go for more Sleep Talks, we get more buffs, and then we just go for Scalds. That at some point, we're going to be so beefed up and so healthed up that we're not really going to need to worry about healing or buffing, so we can just go for Scalds for a few turns, and then maybe after 2 or 3 turns, we go for a rest again, and then we just Scald one more time to finish them off. And that's basically going to be it for how to use Suicune. Like I said, my favorite legendary dog, and for a good reason. That it's got a lot of versatility, and it's just really useful. That with its defenses and its offensive capabilities, we're going to be having a lot of stuff we can do with the Suicune, so we're not really going to ever run out of options. It can basically be flexible for anything we want to run it as on our team. Regardless, I'm going to leave this video here. Next week, I'll probably do Entei. I really didn't like to say that just because I don't like Entei that much. And when it comes to Pokemon, I have a criteria. Either I'll like the Pokemon enough to actually tolerate it, and actually if I like a Pokemon, it'll eventually grow on me to the point where either I end up disliking it, or I end up liking it to a point where, okay, I don't really have a dislike against this thing. It's actually a cool or intriguing kind of design. But with Entei, it's just so bland that I honestly find it boring. I honestly do not like Entei. If I gave it a review, I'd give Entei a 1 out of 5, because honestly, its stats are great, but it's boring to me. I'm sorry, I don't like Entei that much. Regardless, I'm leaving this video here. If you guys have anything you want to see me do after the Entei video, let me know down in the comments. I'm thinking of maybe doing another dragon, or possibly a superior. So let me know if you guys want to see either of those. But if you guys like this video as well, you can slap the like button as always. And I'll see all you beautiful people in the next video.